Hi Leo, welcome to my channel. Thank you for your patience. I know it took me a bit to get to this, but I'm here. This is going to be your love reading for July 19th through the 31st of 2017. If this doesn't resonate with you, please be sure to check your moon and your rising sign, and then also your Venus sign or the other person's Mars sign and the other person's Mars sign, since those are, particular to a love reading. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first card that I have for you is the Seven of Pentacles. And with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you are waiting for something. You're either waiting for somebody to do something or to contribute to the practical nature of the relationship somehow. Maybe you feel like it's been out of balance and you've been the one giving and giving and giving, and you're waiting for the other person to reciprocate in some way. Or I feel like this is also waiting, like taking a step to really wait to see if this other person can step up to the plate the way that they need to. Or you're weighing out a decision or weighing out something that's been on your mind, and you've been working at trying to create some type of game plan to either advance your relationship or maybe even walk away from the relationship. You're just waiting for something. It's kind of like you're waiting for the final straw, or you're waiting for the go-ahead signal. But I feel like it's more of a you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, or the last straw, the straw that broke the camel's back kind of a thing. I feel like you're waiting for something that's not necessarily positive. And the reason I say that is, and not that it's a negative thing, but the reason I say that is the next card that I have for you is the Death card. And I feel like there's definitely some kind of either financial struggles that are causing a lot of strain. There needs to be an end to this waiting, though. There's something I feel like you are either waiting for something that this is saying that you need to end the waiting, you need to stop waiting, you need to change directions, or, move your focus. And if this is in regards to a relationship, it may be that it's saying that you need to stop waiting for this person. They're not coming through right now. You need to stop waiting for it. You need to change the energy in the relationship, or you need to change the dynamic up a little bit. And maybe that means that you have to walk away. Even if it's like you're waiting. To me, this is saying that you're waiting around for something that's not going to happen right now. So the Death card's coming in to say, this isn't going to happen right now. You need to put an end to this. You being in this endless limbo of waiting for something to happen that it's like it's like there's a relationship there, but it's not going anywhere. It's not advancing, it's not moving, there's nothing changing, it's just stagnant. And so I feel like this is saying that needs to end. This dynamic that's existed in the relationship needs to end. And the next card that I have for you is the Justice card. So this is going to bring about that end, or whatever it is that needs to be completed and ended for you, or whatever behavior or traits that need to stop or cease they're going to be pulled to the forefront. If you don't do it, then the universe is going to do it for you, kind of a thing, because that's what this Justice is saying, is that karma will be completed. And so the Justice, you could be dealing with, we got an earth sign here, you've got air, you could be dealing with either earth, water, or air. There's not a whole lot of fire here. Again, it could be any sign. And it could just be, and I do kind of get the fire sign vibe from some of it too. So I think that if it's not somebody who is earth, water, or air, and it is a fire sign, I feel like they're embodying energy that's not necessarily their staple. I feel like it's almost like they've been either super, super moody and withdrawn a little bit, or they've been all work and no play, all brain and no heart, all head and no heart. There's some kind of, this is going to come to there's going to be a balance. That's what I'm looking for. A balance is going to happen here. This Justice card is going to bring the balance back because it's imbalanced right now. If you're waiting and the universe is saying that waiting needs to end, or whatever it is that you're waiting for, you need to stop waiting for it. The Justice card is going to push you to have to stop waiting for it. Something's going to come through that's going to be kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back, and you're going to stop waiting at that point. And the dynamic, interestingly enough, seems to kind of change there. The High Priestess is the next card that I have for you, and I feel like you are going to take this energy and kind of elevate yourself spiritually a little bit, or start looking at the bigger picture or the deeper meaning of things. It's kind of like, almost like you'll have an epiphany moment where you kind of go, okay. And one thing that I think of when I see the High Priestess too is as a bigger picture, but also recognizing a different perspective of your love. So kind of like if you've been saying, I think that they should want to do this with me if they're saying that they love me. If they love me, they should want to, do this, and this, or make it publicly known, or whatever it is that's bothering you, publicly known, or take you places, or, involve you in more things in their life, or there's some kind of, if you really love me, then there would be more of this going on. I feel like that's the dynamic. And then I feel like the High Priestess comes in and says, well, wait a second, if I really love them as much as I say that I love them, then I want them to be happy. I want that happiness. And they can't be happy if I'm constantly telling them what they're not giving me, So for some of you, that will apply too. For some of you, it could be that the High Priestess comes in and recognizes the depth of your own feelings, and that you are not losing out anything right now by releasing that aggression or that frustration or whatever it is that you might have going on with this waiting situation. So I feel like the High Priestess kind of helps you elevate yourself above that. And the next card that we have for you is the Ace of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. This is coming in and saying that there is going to be a new beginning here for you if you're able to rise above the situation a little bit, or rise above the emotions and the turmoil between your head and your heart. I feel like if you're able to rise above that and pull yourself together and find your own balance, then this new beginning can come, or the opportunity will present itself for a new beginning. The potential will be there for that new beginning, and it will be a very practical foundation at this point. It could be something that is, addressing things that you haven't necessarily, or approaching the relationship in a way you haven't necessarily done that before. Maybe it means that you move a lot slower than you have in the past, or that you force yourself to kind of take it really slow. That's what the Ace of Pentacles kind of gives me that idea here. And then the last card that I have for you is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a kind of like a karma card. So it's saying that whatever you're putting out, if you're able to put out this positive change to kind of elevate yourself, or get, in touch with yourself on a deeper level, so that you don't feel a need for anything from an outside source, or from any kind of emotional fulfillment from an outside source, you're able to get to that point with yourself, or, embrace that positive karma. I feel like this Wheel of Fortune is going to be turning in your favor, especially in regards to this new beginning. It will help set into motion, rather than just the raw potential for it, but it will set into motion that process. So let me clarify a few cards here. Please clarify this Seven of Pentacles for Leo for July 19th through the 31st, 2017 for love. What is this Seven of Pentacles here for Leo? Please clarify this Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Hanged Man. So somebody is in a state of suspension, waiting. You could be waiting for somebody to make up their mind about this relationship. They could be wishy-washy. And you've been waiting. You've been waiting for them to see that this is a good this is a tight bond. This is the right relationship. You've been waiting for them to kind of open their eyes or wake up a little bit. And this death card next to the Hanged Man and the Seven of Pentacles is kind of like, you need to, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to cut the situation completely off, but you need to shift and change your way of thinking about it, or you need to regain your power by ending this waiting, because the waiting is eating somebody up. It could be you or the other person, but it's eating somebody up, and this Hanged Man is also in suspension, so it's not quite, nothing's moving right now. Please clarify this death card for Leo for July 19th through the 31st, 2017. What is this death card here? Please clarify the death card for the sign of Leo for love for July 19th through the 31st. Okay, so again, clarifying the death card, we have the High Priestess card. So this is, again, telling you for sure that you need to get in touch with your intuition. You need to get yourself back in balance again. You need that mind, body, spirit connection. It needs to be mental, emotional, and spiritual. Those things need to be in balance. They need to be working in sync. And this High Priestess card is saying you need to really listen to your intuition, the promptings of the intuition that you're having, those thoughts that you're having, or that feels like a gut feeling for you. You need to pay attention to that, because that's what this High Priestess is all about, is saying you need to listen. You need, not just that you need to listen, but that I'm here. I'm here. Please ask. I'm here. And so in this situation, it's kind of the feeling that this, like, I feel like some of you already know. Your intuition is already telling you, I need to end this dynamic. Doesn't necessarily mean you need to end the relationship, but you need to end the dynamic that's happening right now, because it's imbalance, and somebody is probably oblivious to how imbalanced it is, and the other one is drowning, literally drowning in this imbalance. Please clarify this Justice card for the sign of Leo for love for July 19th through the 31st, 2017. What is this Justice card about? Okay, so the Justice card is clarified by the Knight of Swords, so you definitely could be dealing with an air sign here. Could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Justice for me is Libra, for sure. The Knight of Swords, I feel like, is coming in fast. Coming in fast, and it could be that somebody tells you about a circumstance that happens with this person once you end this waiting. Somebody else could be coming in, maybe a mutual friend, telling you about a circumstance that you feel like that's the justice that you were waiting for. Maybe they recognize that what they're missing. Maybe they recognize that they really did love you and need you around, and this waiting that you were doing was pointless, because now the justice is coming in saying, maybe they're coming to recognize that this was the wrong decision, or that they made the wrong decision by making you wait, or vice versa. So I feel like somebody's coming in on that pretty hot, or somebody is coming in with some harsh words or gossip, and it could be one of those things where it's like they're starting drama, or they're bringing drama to the table for you by telling you stuff that's going on with maybe an ex relationship or a past relationship with somebody who really hurt you. They could be coming in and telling you unwanted information, or information that you wish that you would rather they just hadn't told you. And I feel like that's where maybe this part of the High Priestess comes in too, is to say, you need to be able to rise above that spike in emotion that you have when somebody comes and tells you something that you're kind of like, well, why would you even tell me that in the first place? Like, I didn't need to know that. Why would you tell me that? But then you may be being tested too on that. Please clarify this High Priestess card for the sign of Leo for July 19th through the 31st, 2017 for love. What is this High Priestess card about? Okay, so the High Priestess card is clarified by the Eight of Cups. So it's definitely something that's saying that your emotional perspective, that's definitely what I get when I'm looking at this. The Hanged Man and the Seven of Pentacles is you waiting, or your emotions are in a constant state of suspense because you don't know what's going to happen, or there's no stability. It's kind of that. And this is saying that you need to end that. The High Priestess is saying you need to end that. Again, this is the same thing that's popping up right here with this High Priestess is the Eight of Cups. You need to end that emotionally. You need to be able to turn your back on that emotionally, or the emotional dynamic, because it's not serving you. It's not serving what your end goal is. It's not serving, and so you need to be able to get on top of that. So I feel like it's an emotional balance that needs to be reached, between your head and your heart, where you're really in control of it and not your emotions controlling you. Please clarify the Ace of Pentacles for Leo for July 19th. This one wanted to come out. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Fool card. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for sure. There's going to be potential for a new beginning. It's going to be a new beginning based on this faith in yourself, to be able to listen to that intuition to tell you what is best for you, but based on that leap of faith that it's going to be okay if, as long as you're listening to yourself, or you're in tune with yourself, and you can trust yourself to be able to, even if it's a new beginning with this previous partner, it could be that you can trust yourself now to have your eyes wide open, but also that you can take some things on faith. Maybe you should give this person another chance if that's what this, your intuition is telling you. I think I should give them maybe another chance. It's saying that you can take that leap of faith, because the Fool is kind of a clean slate. It's basically saying, okay, if you're going to do this again, then the past needs to stay in the past, and you can go on faith right now that y'all can trust each other, kind of a situation. So I feel like that, or it could be that after the High Priestess and the Eight of Cups, this Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning, this new practical beginning for you will be based on faith, because you're going it alone. And because you know that you want something better than what you're being offered. And the Wheel of Fortune right here is saying that it's going to work. It can work in your favor. It will work in your favor in that point, because with the wheel spinning after this new beginning, it brings good things. Please clarify this Wheel of Fortune card for Leo for July 19th through the 31st, 2017. Please clarify this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Queen of Swords. And I feel like this Queen of Swords energy, and she's, the Queen of Swords is wise, and she uses her brain, and she's not ruled by her emotions. I mean, she is softer because she's a queen. She's not a king, so she's not, the one out waging war necessarily right now, but she is softer, but she is able to be assertive. She's able to assert herself and say, and be very direct, or communicate, very concisely what she wants, what it is that she ultimately wants. And I feel like this is you voicing that to the universe, so that the wheel can deliver that it can turn in your favor, toward you being very clear on what it is that you want in a relationship, what your end goal is. And I feel like this is saying that if you are able to communicate to yourself or to the other party very clearly what it is you want in that relationship, then the Wheel of Fortune can deliver that. That will take place for you if you're able to clearly and concisely do that. If you are still in this wishy-washy waiting state of allowing somebody else to determine what relationship you have or how the relationship is going to be, then I feel like you're going to miss out on this Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor, because you're not able to, have that faith. The Fool card and the Ace of Pentacles have that faith that it's going to turn out better for you if you were able to do that. So that's been your love reading, and it looks pretty good for you, Leo, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not all peaches and rainbows and, butterflies and shit, but it is pretty good, because it's saying you can have what you want. You just have to declare what you want. You have to be clear, and you have to declare it. So I hope that resonated with some of you. If it didn't, again, please check your moon and rising signs and your Venus and the other person's Mars sign, and then I will see you at the beginning of August.